Guys, I made a Guyanese Cuterie Board. So this is a surprise Christmas gift for my sisters. It's basically a charcuterie board in the shape of Guyana with all our favorite Guyanese pastries and treats. So I'm going to show y'all how I made these. It is day 17 of my 31 uploads in 31 days. And I'm going to walk you through the steps on how I cut it with the xTool S1. Assembled and all the treats that I have. FYI, I ain't cook or bake none of these things. Shout out to Uber Eats and Sybil's in Queens. This is the file that I used right here. Let me go. So 325, and it has a variety of different Guyanese SVGs. That's what I purchased. And here I'm just loading my 2 pieces of 12 by 12 basswood into the machine. I didn't have the a good long 18-inch one because I wasn't prepared for this project. So now once you have your wood loaded, we're going to auto measure right here. Now that tells the machine how deep it needs to cut. It's just measuring it. Then you're going to go right here to mark the processing area. This is telling the machine where to cut. So you're going to hit rectangle, start marking. We're going to open it up, line it up from the top left of where it can start cutting. So right here and not outside of that area, because remember, this is not the right size for the bed. It goes a little bit off, so you want to keep it right where the bed is. Then you're going to press the button in the front. You're going to bring it over to the bottom left, bottom right. End marking, done. Now this is our area that we're working in. I'm gonna go, I downloaded it. You drag and drop it. The first thing I did right here is I changed it to a cut file. And you see those little red, green specks right there? I'm gonna remove those. So I am going to right click, press ungroup. I'm going to take the entire map because you don't want those little pieces cutting on the wood. Highlight it and delete them. Then I'm going to turn it, move right here, click this button here, and expand. Remember, this is after the fact, so I'm going to go and double check the size that I did. This is the original one, and we are 17 inches. Let me go back to what we're doing. We're going to change that width. Remember, we turned it long way, so it's the width to 17. All right, I'm going to minimize the screen so we can see better. It's a little bit larger, and that's because I need to curve the map a little bit. There we go. So this is what I did. Now, it's going to be cut in half, right? So what I did, I got a little square, made it to like a rectangle size. I'm going to unlock it because I want it to just fit right here. So you're gonna make it long way. Just a little piece to cut. That's going to be the little extra piece that I glue on. Like that. You're not going to place it here to cut though, because it'll cut right through. Just place it on the side and cut that piece. You go to user defined material and we choose 3mm basswood. Confirm that little rectangle that we made. You want to make sure to go here and change it to a cut file. Then click on go to process. It's going to take 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And then we're going to hit start. Okay, so I forgot to put the words.
This is to tell you guys that I'm doing this after I already made the product. So click on text, right? And then you're gonna type in, wait, let me move it down so we can see it. Right? Type in your words. Guyanese Cuterie Enter Board. Then I'm going to turn it sideways so that I could bring it down at the bottom and size it right there where you want it. Now this, you're going to change to engrave. Now here's the thing, because I cut this already, this is going to go exactly here, but we don't want to cut the actual board again, so we're going to take this and drag it out from this right here, the working area. Take the square out, same thing. So now we're just going to get this engraved on the part we have cut already. So we're going to go to process, just double check, make sure I have it on engrave. Go to process, start.
Okay, so we're using the Gorilla wood glue to glue the two pieces together. So I use a Q-tip and just glue it along the line of where it was cut in half. Then I'm going to get the other half and lay them together. Of course, flip it to the back because that square, I'm also going to glue onto that just to be like more support because it's not going to stay just like that. So I put the wood glue on. I use my glue gun to like weigh it down. So I leave that on there for about a half hour until it's fully dry. And then voila, we have a Guyanese Cuterie board. But it's easier if you just get a long piece of wood and cut it. There will be no gluing. You just cut it out. Now, because I used the glue on this, I'm going to put some, you can put like shrink wrap, saran wrap. All I had was Glad cling wrap. So I'm putting that over it. In no specific manner, just, tuck it on there. Because the food got to go on there anyway. So since it's a Guyanese Cuterie board, that's my Salara. I use a little cupcake cups to hold some of the stuff. That's the Tamarin balls. That's our cheese straw. Then a little bit more cheese straw. And then I added the Metai in a little, another cup. And then I added, that is the Phoulorie. I didn't want to just give two, so I tried to chuck some more in there. The tamarind sour for the Phoulorie. That's our patty. That's our pine tart. And then a cheese roll. And then I laid down the saran wrap to wrap it up in there. Guys, I didn't make none of this. I ordered it from Sybil's in Queens on Uber Eats, okay? Your girl ain't baking all this stuff here. But anywho, so now I tuck it under and wrapped it good. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking at it like this looks a mess. Like the cling wrap looks so sloppy. I added a bow like to make it cute. I mean, the bow was cute, but then the wrapping still looked a hot ass mess. And then I realized I forgot one more piece of food, fish cake. I ordered fish cake too. So I tucked that in there. But again, that like bundled up wrap just didn't look cute. So I went in and I kind of folded it to the ends so that you can actually see the food. I know you can't really see the shape of the board, but I mean, if you're from Guyana, you can kind of see the shape, right? And you can keep the board afterward. Whoever you're giving it to, they could keep the board after. But anyway, I wanted you to be able to see all of the food that's in there. So I just tucked it all. And look at that. That's much better. Like you see everything now. You know what I'm saying? The words are blocked. So I went back in and just like pushed the food up so you can see the words on the bottom. Now, I forgot to film my sisters being surprised. So I made them redo it. I'm not keeping the sound because their acting sucked, but they did love it, and now I gotta make more for the rest of the family.